Hey, I've got the incubators going in the greenhouse, and we've got hatching going on, more namely pipping, zipping, and hatching. I set up a brooder, so that's what this episode will be about, as a simple brooder. Stay tuned. Spring is in full swing here on the homestead, and without exception, the babies that are hatching inside the greenhouse, I put together a little brooder because I do have another hatchling in the process of pipping, and we'll check in to see if they're zipping yet. They'll unzip the eggshell and then they'll hatch. We've got one chick that's already hatched, so we put that chick in the brooder. So let's go in and I'll show you my jerry rig, real simple brooder you could put together yourself. It's 90 degrees in here. I'm going to go ahead and leave the door open a little bit and let some ventilation through. I don't want it to get too drafty because that's one thing you don't want to do with baby chicks. So here's the brooder I put together. I'm reusing my Sterilite tub. It's a 90-quart bin that I purchased from Walmart. And we were using this for baby turkeys earlier and duck goslings. Yeah, so we've got one baby that's hatched. And then I added the heat lamp in here. That's going to be essential to keep it warm enough. So in the base of this, all I did was add sand. I wanted sand. It's cleaner. Well, it's dirt, but it's a more suitable medium for the chicks. Plus, they're able to get the little pebbles that they need for their size of crop to be able to break down the foods that I put in there. I did start them with a medicated food, and this is a Purina Start and Grow medicated crumble is what I'm starting them with. Of course, we've got the water font. Always make sure they have plenty of water. Now, I put a little house in here for them. All I did was I took a tin lid, popcorn tin lid, because it's metal. And then I took some cardboard and I made a kind of like wrapped it around, because that way the chick can get out of the draft if they want. And also the heat lamp hits that top of that lid and heats the lid, and then the heat will radiate down underneath and keep the chick warm. Now the chick will naturally gravitate to where there's heat, kind of like a mama hen, where they get in there and they brood. So that's where the chick is right now, is getting some heat and warmth from that. That way they're not in the direct heat waves. And when they get too hot, because this is the greenhouse, right now it's 90 degrees in here. And when it gets too hot, they can move over to the other side of the little bucket here and maintain and regulate their own temperature. I'll just keep an eye out throughout the day and make sure that the temperatures don't get too low in here. I do have the heater in here, so we'll just crank it on. I bought extra propane so we can keep it warmer at night for them in this environment. I thought this was an ideal location for the brooders. I have enough room here for 3 brooders. We've got the 3 incubators. We've got 4 different types of birds that will be hatching. Right now I've got movement going with the turkey eggs, and then we've got duck and goose eggs that will be hatching later this week. Now I do have one little guy that's in here pipping right now. These eggs I started the incubating process. I marked the eggs for March 1st. And this is April 2nd now. So it usually takes 28 days for a chicken egg. And I'm not exactly sure when you start the countdown for incubation, because I put these eggs in and started them on the 1st, March 1st. Now this is April 2nd, and they're just now starting to hatch. And it's been 30 days through the month of March. Well, March has 31 days. So yeah, it's been 30 days. So these eggs are just now starting to hatch. Don't know what's going on here, but we've got another one pipping. I don't see any sign of pipping on the other eggs, but they're still set in position. But we'll keep an eye out. And, oh, I can hear the peep inside. Isn't that cute? Anyway, looking at my goose eggs and my duck eggs, I don't detect any motion or movement from the eggs. Now, on the turkey eggs, I did notice one of the eggs were rocking, so I know there's viability in there. So we're going to keep an eye on these. So the simple brooder, a bucket, a storage bucket or tote. This will keep the draft out. It'll keep it draft free. A heat lamp, you'll need some kind of a heat source to keep them warm because they need to stay around a 99-degree temperature. That's where they're brooded under the mama when she's setting, and she's also brooding over them. Fresh water, fresh food. They've got sand back down here that it'll absorb any feces and ooey gooey stuff. And then they've got that little area that they can come and go and maintain their or regulate their own body temperatures. And then I've got this in the safe zone so creatures can't get in here and get to them. So it's all good. This is my simple brooder. I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a small homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest, geographically located west-southwest of Crater Lake National Park. Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing, then clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I do upload them. Something else you could do for me is give us a thumbs up and like the show, and share our videos on your social media platforms by clicking that share button. Also, leave us a comment, and always be safe, and please always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye now.